welcome to my channel, and hello if you're a returning viewer. Now, I know it's been 2 weeks since I last uploaded, but let's not talk about that. Today, instead, we're going to be watching I'm Glad You're Evil Too, the song by Pinocchio-P. Now, this is one of my favorite songs ever, and it's stayed that way for the past 6 years or so. Um, Before I heard the song, I've never heard anything like it, and after I heard it, I've still never heard anything like it. Some songs come close, but they don't give me the same impact as this one does. And I just wanted to share it with everyone, and we're gonna discuss it, um, because I do think this is a really good song. It's just really good. I just have to show you if you've never seen this before. Now, I do implore you to listen to the song for yourself first. I popped the link in the description so you can listen to it, all 6.5 minutes of it. I know it's a bit long. I love songs that are this long. And the reason I want you to watch it there first on his channel is because I'm gonna be pausing, not too much, because it would interrupt the flow, but still, I am gonna be talking about the song. This is not just a reaction, this is a reaction and discussion and analysis, so that's how it is. If you don't like that, then this is not the video for you. Just grab the song link and roll with it. Alright, so at this point, I'm gonna assume that everyone who's watching has heard this song before, but if you haven't, look, I'm not your mom, I can't tell you what to do, so let's just watch this, okay? I've got subtitles on, because it's very important. Oh, I'm so excited, I haven't heard this in so long. Oh my goodness. Subs are kind of funky. I'm resisting the urge to pause right now, but look, I just love the instrumentals. The melody is so somber, but it carries some sentimental feelings. The piano in the background, really flowing. I just love the chords. We're gonna pause after the first chorus. Builds back up. My heart. Alright. Yes, that was just 2 minutes. But this is like the first section of the song. Alright. Go back. Okay, if you haven't heard it before, now you heard it. Do you understand why I like it now? Now, this isn't. This is just a small part of the song. Um, the full reasons as to why I love it comes later, but just on its own, these first 2 minutes are stellar. Okay. Um, do we want to leave this out on? I don't know if I'm gonna get copyrighted for this, but okay. Well, either way, we'll just go. Okay. I'm recalling the fun conversation we had as I gaze at a street light in the middle of the night. So we start off feeling pretty sentimental. We're recalling a fun conversation we had as you gaze at like a street light in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, that is prime time for you thinking about the past, thinking about your regrets, your hopes, the relationships that you've made along the way. It's a pretty it's a good time for reminiscing. Recalling fun conversation, it immediately sets the tone of the song. It's something, it's reminiscing. Okay, I hope that I'm not missing any lyrics by skipping 5 seconds. Okay. I should be frightened of opening up my heart, yet when I was with you, I was able to truly smile. My heart. Uh, I just love these lyrics. Okay. I should be frightened of opening up my heart, yet when I was with you, I was able to do it. I was able to truly smile. You know, when you meet some people, sometimes you don't feel like you can fully trust them with all of the information that you have. Even when they say, "Oh no, you can trust me with that information. You know, you can tell me." When you tell them, suddenly they change. They feel like a different person, and you know they're judging you. But if you've ever had that person where you were able to tell something that you've never told someone before, or you've told someone before but never really got a positive response, nobody really accepted you, found this person who was able to accept you for who you are, you too were able to accept yourself as who you were, and you're able to smile wholeheartedly without any sort of double meaning or intent behind that. It's really sweet. All this time, I'd been keeping myself to the grimy back alleys, carrying with me the burden of some stupid sentimentality. I'm sure we can all relate to going to some grimy back alley in our mind, and we keep reminiscing, keep holding on to something in our past that we just can't quite let go of. I've been letting the cold rain beat down on me, all the while avoiding the bright and sunny places. We're sulking. We're I don't know if that's the right word, but we're sort of drowning ourselves in the sadness, and we're not allowing ourselves any ray of sunshine, even though we know that we eventually do want to go back out there. But because of the pain that we felt in the past, just have this tendency to want to bask in the sadness a little longer. And before you know it, you've been basking in it for way too long, and you're not used to the sunlight anymore. So basically saying, yes, all of this, I've been sort of not allowing myself to go to the sunlight. But when I met you, you know, not only was I able to truly smile, I was also able to realize, whoa, you're kind of like the sun. You're like the sunlight. I'm so surprised you're so warm. I'm so used to such coldness, but now that I've able to sort of open my heart up to you, I've also realized that you're shining. You're radiant in my eyes, you know? It's a sort of childish happiness that must appear quite comical to others. But I still held on tightly to you as we stood amidst the rubble. Now, I'm all for childish happiness. In fact, I feel like a lot of adults nowadays are trying to push away their childishness. They're trying to push away the inner child, and they're trying to appear adult. They're trying to appear mature when really you should embrace it. I could go into a deeper conversation about that, but now's not time. But yes, larger society does sort of look down upon what we would consider childish happiness. Any joy that we derive from something trivial, something perceived as silly, even something as relationships like this, like holding someone's hand, can appear quite, you know, how should I say? Yeah, with lack of a better word, comical. But even so, even so, amidst all of this chaos in our lives, no matter how tumultuous it is, you are the only thing that anchors. You're the only one that I am holding on to, regardless of what other people think. It's just like a first love. And then we hit the chorus. God, beautiful chorus. I love that melody line so much. I love it. We'd admire the beautiful sunset or gush about a cute dog together. We both get offended at some piece of crude news. We'd laugh at some terrible movie and cry while watching a variety show. That's us, two slightly lonely souls having the time of our lives. I don't think I really have to explain too much, because what's the common thing here? Common thing about gushing over something cute or getting offended at some really offensive stuff on Twitter maybe. maybe watching something terrible or crying while reading a manga for some um some very mundane things, right? Something you just do in your daily life, something that you do all the time, a lot, even if not every day, but sharing this experience with someone. This is how bonds are formed. Whether it's with your friends, a partner, or family, you bond over stuff like this. But as we saw earlier, it's just like a first love. So this is a little more romantically aligned. Two slightly lonely souls just having the time of our lives. I'm glad you're just as evil as me. Now, at first glance, you may think, okay, well, obviously, that doesn't make sense. What do you mean evil, right? But if you ask me, it's not evil in the literal sense. It's evil as in society or other people might label you as someone who is not ordinary, someone who is lesser than, someone who needs help, someone who needs to do something, someone who needs fixing. When you find someone who is similar to you, once you find someone like you, two slightly lonely souls, all of that sort of doesn't matter anymore. And you get to enjoy your time together, spend your time together, bond, and then you start to think, I'm so glad that we're similar. I'm so glad that we share the same life experience. I'm happy that we were able to bond like this because we were ostracized, because we were looked down upon by other people, because we were betrayed, we were lied to. But now that we found each other, I feel safe now and I'm happy. I'm glad. Now we'll keep going. Rest of the song. Well, I'll definitely pause one more time. If you listen now, they've added this little drum beat. There's more forward momentum, some driving force now. And harmonies. The chorus again. There's a lot more layers in the background now. Pause. If you're getting annoyed, then I told you you should have listened to the song first. Okay, okay, but I gotta talk about this. Like, there's a lot to talk about. So, other than the fact that the instrumentals start layering in the background, see, this is one of the best things about the song that I really love. It's the first time we go through the song, up until the end of the first chorus, very minimal instruments coming in, and it's a very, uh, there's one set of vocals. There's hardly, if not any, harmonization at all. And then as soon as we end the chorus and we start building towards our next section here, then we start encountering more layers in the background. The drum beats start coming in. It starts feeling more, it's driving towards something. There are more layers in the vocals, right? It's starting to harmonize with each other. And so that's one of the best things. And it continues to build even in that last section, but we'll get to that later. For now, let's look at the lyrics. Two sets of heartbeats coming from our tiny hearts, dreaming of some aimless revolution, repeating the same words time and time again, spending our time together. This aimless revolution. Now, I'm sure at some point we've all probably thought about sort of revolting against whatever situation we were in, whether it's some sort of living situation, a family situation, school situation, job situation, doesn't really matter. You just feel like, man, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this, and I just really want to get away. And not just get away, I just want to turn things upside down. I want to set fire to everything, whether it's in the form of I just want to work really hard so that I can get out of the situation, or I want to work really hard so that I can thrive in this environment. Whatever it is, whether you hate the system, whether you love the system, you've all thought of this revolution. And there's nothing more, how should I say, there's something special about that moment where you're bonding with someone who has similar experiences with you, and you're just these little tiny hearts, and you're just venting to each other about uh, similar problems that you've had, and it eventually just builds to a yeah, like fuck this, like ah man, like yeah, we both hate this, right? Wow, and just start complaining to each other, and that's a form of bonding as well. Repeating the same words time and time again, but at the end of the day, still spending quality time together. Two separate beings sharing one fleeting dream. It's a modest happiness that exists within the darkness. Now, it's not wrong to want a modest life. Um, it's good to be ambitious, and I know a lot of people uh, in society, like your parents, usually your parents, your teachers might want you to be more ambitious, might want you to shoot for the stars, or try and become CEO, become a doctor, or become someone famous, or something like that. Uh, but sometimes some people, all they want is just look. I just want to watch my favorite media. I just want to be able to do what I like doing as a job, and yeah, I don't even have to like doing it that much. I just need to come back, and I'd be able to spend time with the people I love, do the things I love doing, and then go to sleep, eat good food, all of this. These are all very small things in life. It's these little things in life that makes it worth living. It's not really the big things. The big things are goals that we set for ourselves that we can work towards. But when you want to live, when you really think about what makes you go from day to day, that makes it bearable, it's the little things. It's that really delicious food that you ate the other day. You want to try again. It's that really powerful piece of media that you watch that you really love and you're obsessing over. It's this one comic or manga that you really love reading because it's just so fun and addicting and you just want to know what happens next. It's spending time playing video games with someone you like or your friends because you want to progress in the game and you want to laugh and have fun. It's the YouTube videos that you watch and your favorite content creators are going to keep posting at a regular schedule. You want to catch the next one. It's these little things that really make everything bearable. That makes the big goals bearable to work towards. And so within the darkness, within the chaos of your life, no matter how bad it is, you always want to try and cling to these little things so that you'll eventually be able to use them as footholds to climb out of the darkness. We're chasing after it even if we are to stumble in the mud. Just like a pair of young boy and girl. And then we hit the chorus, we'd admire the beautiful fireworks, enjoy a delicious dinner, or dip into some poorly written story together. Now we're sort of rehashing what we're doing, what we did in the beginning, in the first chorus, where it's just the little activities that we do together, but at the end of the day, it's just time that we spend together, and that's what that binds us together. Same thing here, watching fireworks, enjoying dinner, dip into some shitty story, laughing while watching a punishment game, or crying while listening to some silly song that gets your blood pumping a little bit differently. That's us, two slightly lonely souls just trying to make each other laugh. And so we're sort of rephrasing what we said in the first chorus slightly differently, but still important distinction. It's making each other laugh now, because at the end of the day, what is life without laughter? Still two slightly lonely souls, but things are a little brighter now. It's not just a white background anymore. Now there's fireworks going off. The song is picking up, right? Life is so much better now with you around. I'm glad you're just as evil as me. They come to the bridge. Get the snare drum roll. It's so beautiful sounding. I thought of pausing, but you know what? Let's just let this continue all the way. And if you could see me right now, I'd be headbanging because I am. This is such a good payoff for all the build-up. I love that. There's so much I want to talk about. Okay, we'll let it play through until the end after we talk about this. Okay, there's so much. We just went like 2 minutes. Goodness. Okay. Look, okay, if you don't already like the song now, I don't know what's wrong with you. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with your heart. This is just, even if you don't love it, you have to just appreciate that it's such a well-structured song. Okay, look, even if I try to look serious somehow, it just feels fake to me, you know. Um this is really just trying to take life a little less seriously. Try not to be so emo, angsty about it. Really just try and laugh it off. But sometimes it's just you not being able to take it seriously because it's such a ridiculous situation. You want to try and be serious. You want to be like, okay, this is really shitty, or okay, I gotta deal with this. But then at the end of the day, you're like, God, this is such a really funny situation when you think about it. Through it all, I simply held you in my arms. At the end of the day, hey, as long as I have you, I can go through anything. It's just like a first love. And then we hit the chorus that starts banging all the instruments together. If we were slowly just building up from the first chorus, second chorus, this one, there was a bridge. There was a nice uh, little soft bridge, and then it we just gets slammed through the window. Let's just listen to this. The drop. God, God, I love that. Hey, we'd admire the beautiful sunset, a gush about a cute dog together. We've seen this. It offended as news. Terrible movie, variety show, slightly lonely souls, just having the time of our lives. Same thing as the first chorus. Our time is only finite, yet it feels like an unending joke. Now, going back to that bridge where you can't take things seriously, because sometimes life does feel like that. You know, not to be the joker right now. I've actually, but we do live in a society, and sometimes all you can do is laugh. When you really look at it from a bigger picture, if you've never done that before, really just look at it from the bigger picture. Don't zoom in too much into your life. You're gonna get narrowed in. You're gonna lock yourself into something. Really, just step back and take a look at it, and just look at how simple it seems to be on the surface. But then when you start to dig deeper, start zooming back in, what you're doing in your daily life, it's so complicated. But then having the ability to zoom out, look at the big picture, and just look at your life laid out, it's such a useful tool for reflecting on yourself, reflecting on your past, what you should do now, and what you want to work towards in the future. Hmm. Yes, our time is only finite, but I have you to keep me company through this all too short life. And together we'd laugh at how boring this world is, saying how boring, right? It reminds me of when I first listened to this, when I was a teenager, and I had a different mentality than I have now. But I was aware that life is short, and I still was mortal. But as long as I had someone, as long as I had that one person I can be with, doesn't matter who, we can just look at the world and go, geez, look at how shitty this thing is. Look at how crazy the situation we're in is. It's great. Like it sucks, but God, this is our one and only life, and this is how it plays out. It's almost like a play on a stage. It's like a comedy. Leaning on each other's shoulders, I'm glad you're as evil as me. I don't have the same mindset as I did back when I first heard the song. The lyrics don't immediately sort of hit me in this sense. But what does hit me is just this idea that there's just someone there to be with you through thick and thin, and you'd be there for them thick and thin. And it doesn't matter what happens, as long as we're able to spend time together, as long as we're able to laugh about life and our situations, then that's all that really matters because life is short, shitty, and all we really can do is do our best through this finite time, laugh at some dumb news, cry at some silly songs, and at the end of the day, fall in love. At the end of it all, fall in love. And not just in a romantic sense. This could be a friendship kind of love, a platonic kind of love, a familial kind of love, any kind of love. Love is love. You don't have to put a label on it. Feelings are feelings. If you wish to live through the days that you have with someone, I would consider that love. I did promise that we'd listen to this entirety of this ending, so let's just do it. I just want to say the production for the music video, absolutely stellar. It's a very striking imagery. All of it. It's very striking. How should I say? Very contrasting. Wow. Very good job. We end up with this beautiful piano sequence as the feathers drop. Music, lyrics, and artwork by Pinocchio-P, you glorious motherfucker. Film work by Yuma Saito. Brilliant. Can, can you tell I love the song? Well, anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment down below. Seriously, what you think of the song? I am aware that this is basically a simulation of your friend sits you down to force you to watch their favorite video, and then all the while just nerding out about the entire thing. So I don't know if I've ruined this experience for you, or if I've just given you a great song to listen to, or have provided some insight. Then do let me know. I love comments. Uh, if you have any feedback or criticism, constructive criticism, then do tell them to me because I am still learning how to do these. And I did do a different style a little bit this time. I actually let the song play out a little bit more. Although I feel a little uncomfortable, a little anxious doing that because I feel like, I'm not really providing anything right now, or Guys, the copyright god's gonna get me. Either way, you know what to do. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!